Hello everybody, this is Stonewall, and welcome back to World of Tanks. It's been a while since I've made any videos with this, and thought I'd jump in. If you don't know, World of Tanks is actually a free-to-play game. It's been out for quite a number of years, and I've been playing it for probably 3 years, maybe more than that, I'm not sure. So I've been playing quite a bit, off and on. So it's got quite a number of historical vehicles, some prototypes and that sort of thing that never went into production. And down here on the bottom is just my personal vehicles that I have acquired through my time playing the game. I've gone through quite a number of the, I've worked on quite a number of the tech tree branches. So there are many countries, and they keep adding. I think the latest, it might be the Polish and the Italians were the most recent. The Polish being more recent than the Italians. But American, German, Chinese, Russian, the Chinese are down here. Russian, British, French, Czech, Japanese, Chinese, Polish, Swedish, and Italian. There are nearly, or maybe a little bit over, 500 different tanks in this. So whenever you look at this game in depth versus Call of Duty in depth, there's a lot more data to go by because each tank is a little bit different. Now there's a lot of them that are similar, will have similar stats, but they're all a little bit different. So I decided to jump in here and show you what the Christmas event looks like. Now, it's kind of funny, you decorate your garage area, and this is really just an open area now, but you've got different areas, and I think there may be like 15 different slots. And what it is you open boxes and try to get higher tiers of decorations. So here I've just got a tier 1, here I've got a tier 5, and that's all it goes up to. So here you can see a little bit of a guide as to how many points you get based on the level of the decoration from 1 to 5. So the 25 being the most points you can get per decoration at level 5. So they are much more valuable than any of the others. However, they're also more rare. So what you have to do to get these decorations is you earn boxes. Now, you can buy boxes, and maybe closer to the end of the event I will. I tend to give myself a little bit more leeway on microtransactions in this game since it is free to play, and I spend a lot more on Call of Duty each year than I do on this game. So the way you earn these is through the holiday missions. Now, not all of them are active because I've completed quite a few today just to earn the boxes that I've got ready. But this is kind of gives you an idea. So block damage, calls damage, be the top player by experience earned in a battle. There's quite a number of others, but I've already completed them, so they don't show here. And they reset every day, so it kind of limits how much progress you can make in a day just by playing, but it's still a pretty neat system. It's pretty close to daily challenges. So I've decided I would open up these boxes. Now if I bought boxes, they would be here, and those guarantee you a level 5 decoration, another decoration, 250 gold, and another random item, which can be premium time, which increases how much credits and experience you get for each match, that sort of thing. So those can be pretty valuable. So let's just open up these boxes here and see if we can get any of those higher tier decorations. Alright, so just 2s. Now, you can recycle those, and I'll probably show that in just a minute. And this is pretty common, mostly 1s and 2s. Every now and then you'll get a 5 or 4 or 3. Yep, all 1s. And that 4th item can be random. It's mostly consumables, some credits. Oh, there's the 4. So they're 10,000 credits, which is pretty nice. Now, I'm not really hurting for credits as I haven't bought many tanks recently. And when I do, I mostly try to keep it where they're on sale, where I have a discount on them. Another 3. And I know I could do this faster with skipping the animation or just opening 5 at a time or something like that. Oh, nice. I think I need a 5 there. So I do have a few level 5s. That's why I'm at the level that I am, or the tier that I'm at. I think this is the last box here. And 2s. Alright. So let's go back over to the garage and back over here. Now, the whole purpose for doing this and for collecting these and trying to upgrade them is to increase this festive atmosphere level. Alright, so I'm currently at level 7 and it goes all the way up to 10. To get 10, you almost have to have 5s in every single slot. But here's the rewards for each level. Level 1, you start out with just by logging in. You get a free Tier 2 premium tank. It's a little German light tank. I actually haven't played with that yet. I need to. An extra garage slot for that tank, so it doesn't take up one of yours. And then this first thing here, you can get all the way up to Tier 5 without having to spend credits on a tank outside of upgrades, which is really nice. You can get discounts all the way up to Tier 10, but the discount percentage decreases as you go up. I'm actually about to purchase my first Tier 9 tank, and I've got my 40% off from last year already applied to it, so that makes it a little bit less painful. Once you get up here, it can be 6 or 7 million credits, and whenever you generally make 15,000-20,000 on decent matches, then that can be quite a lot. It can be quite a grind. And that's before paying for the upgrades on your Tier 9 and that sort of thing. The bottom thing here is mostly consumables. So, well, actually, here's some reserves, which are nice. They're temporary bonuses to your, in this case, crew experience and free experience. The free experience can be spent on any tank in the game. The consumables are really nice. These are premium consumables, and what some people will actually do is sell these instead of using them. Now, the only one out of this group that I use is the automatic fire extinguisher, so I don't have to hit the key to prevent damage, and it also decreases the chance that I'll catch fire in the first place, which is really nice. So they're not used up if they don't go off in a match or if you don't catch fire in a match, so I don't go through them very fast. They're really nice to have on hand. The large first aid kit will heal all of your crew, and I think it can prevent crew injuries as well. And then large repair kit, again, increases health of modules, and you can repair multiple things at the same time. Because of the recharge time on the consumables normally, you can use them multiple times in a match. I don't really go for the large ones. Now, if I was running a Tier 10 or something, I would go ahead and do that. So what some people will do is will sell these back, and each of them is 10,000 credits. So I totaled it up, and if you don't sell back the fire extinguishers, just the first aid kits and the repair kits, you get 560,000 credits, which is a really nice bonus towards whatever tank you're working towards or upgrades. And last but definitely not least, probably the thing that most people are going for is the female crew members. Now, this may not sound like much if you're not familiar with World of Tanks, but they train twice as fast as the normal male crew members. So once you get into the mid to late game, if you don't have a good crew, then you're going to be hurting a lot. The crew can greatly affect how well your tank performs. And so that's part of the reason why these are such a big deal, and they always come around at Christmas time. These have special skins. Most of them aren't like this in appearance, but these are a special edition for the Christmas event. These are also, you get these little medals to show how far you made it that year. I could probably look back and see where I made it, 1 year, 2 years ago, that sort of thing. So that's the main reason for doing this. It's really good rewards. So let's see. There'll normally be a little symbol. Yeah, it's another tier 4. I probably won't worry about changing that out. I'm not seeing any others that need to be changed out. No, just 3s. Basically, you want the highest numbers in there you can get. Nice. Going from a 1 to a 4. And there we go. I went up to level 8. So that's the 3rd female crew member, I think. Yep. There we go. And 50% off a tier 8 vehicle. And that is a really nice discount. So here we have level 5. Going from 4 to 5 is not quite as big as going from 1 to 4 or 1 to 5. Well, actually, it's pretty good there. Anyways, so after that, there's no new ones that I can do. I go over here to get shards, and it shows all of the decorations that we have available. Now, they're all tier 5 and below, and there's not really a good place for me to put them. So what you do is you select them, and you go and you break them to get these shards. Now after that, you go over here to crafting, and you're able to craft decorations. Now if I do completely random, it only takes 100 shards, which is pretty easy to get, but every single thing I change here is going to affect how much that is. If I do a 1, it only costs 20. And that's because 1s are not very valuable at all. If I do a 5, it costs 480. Then if I select a specific collection and a specific location, it goes all the way up to 1440. So by the end, a lot of times I only need 1 or 2, and I'll have to narrow it down to this and gain a lot more of the shards to be able to put them in specific places. Right now, I feel like I'm open enough with the number of 5s that I can put in places that I'll just go ahead and craft random level 5s and be able to use those. Now, if I can't, I can just recycle those again. Oh, I just got a duplicate. So that's the level 5 lights that I already have up. Let's do another one here. I'm not sure where that one goes. So we'll have to see where that goes. I don't quite have enough for another 5, so let's go back out. Okay, so I can replace some of my 4s with that 5. That'll be nice. Come over here and just to make sure, yep, it's about the same there. So I can recycle both of these and should have enough to make one more. Alright, random number 5, one more time. Now, we'll get to a point where I'll start trying to do specifics, because I think I just got another one that I already have. And that would be for the Christmas tree topper. This was one of the first 5s that I got. So, yep, not worth replacing that one there. Alright, so that's kind of a little bit of an overview. Now, one thing I didn't really cover is the collections. So it's basically themed decorations or decoration for different themes, and the more you get of each one, it will actually affect bonuses that you get in game. So for this one, for the New Year set, it gives more credits per battle. For the Lunar New Year, it gives more experience points or XP per battle, which is nice. Magic New Year is free XP. And the Christmas one is crew XP, so it helps your crew level up faster. Now, if you happen to complete all of these, you actually get a nice reward that can go, it's mainly a cosmetic item that can go on your tanks as decorations, which is pretty cool. So, anyways, thought I'd give an overview there. I may do some gameplay of this at some point. It's a pretty fun game. There are some issues that they work on, and the patches and updates are a lot more spread out than Call of Duty, where Call of Duty might do 1 or 2 updates every week. This game will update every 2 or 3 months sometimes. So there are a few things in the works, I think, that will be hopefully make it a little bit easier on players. The biggest thing right now for me is the matchmaking system. In every match, it tries to mix about 3 different tiers of tanks. So if I'm in a tier 5 like this Sherman here, I can see all the way up to tier 7 tanks, or I could see down to, at one point you could see down to 3s. I can't remember if it's exactly like that or if you can only see down to 4s now. I think they might have changed that a little bit. But the biggest thing with this is they set it up to where there are always more bottom tier tanks than top tier tanks, which means definitely more than half the time you jump into a battle, you will be bottom tier, unless you're in a tier 9 and 10 tank, in which case, you're tier 10. They could all be tier 10s, or you could be in there with a bunch of 8s and 9s. And as tier 9, the only time you can be bottom tier is if it's only 9s and 10s, and that doesn't happen very often, just because of how many tier 8 tanks there are out there. That's where most of the premium tanks are. But anyways, I hope this didn't confuse you too much or anything like that. Just a little bit of overview of what's going on for the World of Tanks Christmas event. So anyways, this is Stonewall signing off, and I'll see you in another video.